345 kilos.
It's a very aggressive jump.
It's the Open National Championship. This is
He's putting himself.
to do it.
He wants to put himself in a position where he can actually take it out today.
Exactly. He needs to be aggressive. 345 kilos. This is a 12.5 kilo personal best, ladies and gentlemen.
Putting my town on the map, ooh. Carry the weight on my back, ooh. Rappers are coming up last, ooh. I don't got time for all that, ooh. Putting my town on the map.
Fuck, it's getting hot though.
Yeah, majestade.
What do you eat for breakfast?
Como nos velhos tempos.
On comp day,
Yes, I'm
nothing
confident.
crazy. I eat like 6 eggs and like 2 to 250 grams of oats with some honey and rice meal. It'll be really my only meal until after comp. Take me like good probably hour to eat. Bread's there.
How much do you want? Like,
Just
smear it on.
To say, 'cause I long for you more each day. I need you. I want to feel your embrace and have the chance to touch your face.
Expectations this and that. I want to go 9 for 9, as you do every comp. Weight wise, you know, I've got it up there. I want 345 squat is on the attempt sheet, 215 bench. We're going to go 220, but getting sick has messed my bench up a bit, like, because I couldn't hit my bench volume for about five weeks because I'd lost so much weight. You know, it's still going to be a PB, which everyone wants, but we were looking at something like 217 to 220. And deadlift 320 plus. So my biggest in the gym's 330. In comp it's 315 because I've lost 320 plus like 3 times now in comp, or 2 times.
Yeah.
No, 2 times I've lost it in comp on grip. So, you know, 320 plus. I mean, if I get my second attempt 320 kilo. So if we do that and I've got all my squats and bench, I think we're kind of just gonna go for broke and go for a 340 kilo pull and try it for 900. It'll be a bit of fun. It'll
be glorious.
It'll make everyone a little bit scared, which they'll be like, oh my god, where the fuck did he come from? Like, what? How? But my goal total, the total I've been chasing this year, is 880. And if I get my 3rd squat and my 2nd deadlift, well then we've got that secured, so that's why we're not worried about the 3rd deadlift. We're kind of just, you know, whatever, like a bit of fun. So, you know what, 4 or 5 weeks out, we look at how my training's going, look at what I'm doing for reps, look how easy the reps are. Like, this training cycle was really easy to go, look, there's probably a 10 kilo squat PB in there because everything was just moving so easy. I mean, I was doing, you know, 10s on what I couldn't do 6s on the training cycle before.
Yeah.
So that, and then, you know, you just mull it over. It's usually a couple percent, you know, when you're lifting again. But then again, I'm still relatively new in the way that I haven't trained for 10, 15 years. You know, I've trained for under 4 or around 4. So I'm pretty lucky where I can still get pretty big PBs every comp. Like, my strength hasn't really tapered off yet. So we always expect something sometimes a little bit ludicrous, but But yeah, I'd say the top 3 are going to be probably Tyrone, Tony, Scott Hall. If they don't miss any less. Because I'll be waiting. You got Tyrone, who's #1 in Australia at the moment, like for supers. Total's like 892. You got Tony, he's like 885 or 887, something like that. And he's a big squatter. You got Scott Hall, who's kind of come out the woodwork. I think he was injured for a while, but he's like put up some freaky numbers in the gym. He's just doubled 325 squat, single to 345 dead. Like he's a big lifter.
For this life I cannot change. In the hills, deep off in the main. Eminem, sweet like candy cane.
What's your weight in at?
142.2.
Weight PR.
Let the big dogs eat.
So opening on 312.5 kilos. Heaviest opener I've ever done, I think. I walk out and I just, when you're really nervous, you just can't feel your knees, you can't feel your legs. I couldn't feel anything. So I walked out there, unracked the weight, and I was like, oh my God, like, this feels so fucking heavy. Like, this is ridiculous. Anyway, I get the squat call. I squat it and pretty much good morning the weight up, which, you know, probably a world record. So that one felt terrible, but you know, opening is always terrible. Like, you find a lot of people that, even most people, because of the nerves, especially it being my first nationals, your openers usually pretty rough. Like, you know, that's the one, you open something you know you can do for reps because you know it's going to be shit. So we go out back, and as I'm walking out, my coach is like, Tyler was like, what do you think? And I went, let's stick to the plan, go 330. You know, because a lot of strong guys have come out of the woodwork in Australia in supers, so we need to put up a pretty good total. So we went 330, and man, I wasn't nervous, I was switched on. That felt good, it flew up. I've never moved anything that heavy that fast. As soon as I got under the bar, I was like, yeah, this is my squat. Like, I'm back in form. Squatted it, no dramas. Racked, and typical me, overconfident. 342, bro, let's go 342. And I was like, oh, let's go 340. Nah, 342. 342, I got it. It's gonna be a piece of piss, don't worry about it. 12.5 kilo jump, easy. The thing I didn't factor in was earlier in the training cycle I hurt my hamstring, and not too bad, but it was playing up. Every time I squatted it would hurt, and then it'd play up for deadlifts if I didn't move my grip in the squat or my width in the squat. So I was squatting super narrow. I was literally squatting like this, and you know, 142 kilo man, it's not really ideal. Unwrapped the weight, it felt okay. Now, the platform wasn't the best at nationals, so it moved a bit, but after you let it settle, it didn't throw you off too much. It was just as you were walking out. So I get the squat call, squat down, come up, and because of the narrow grip, I just got stuck. I had nowhere to grind. I was just sitting there like, oh, no, take it. So, I mean, that's besides when I tore my quad. It was humbling. First time I've actually missed a squat on strength. You know, what do you do? I mean, not my best comp squat, but you know, I think I had the third heaviest squat of the day. So I mean, I'm not upset by that, but yeah, you know, not every day is Christmas. Bench press. Now, everyone knows when you miss a lift, you feel like shit, especially on, you know, the national stage. Like, but you just gotta kind of suck it up and do it. So started warming up pretty quickly, and everything felt alright. Like, you know, you're usually pretty tanked, especially if you try to grind out a lift. You're pretty tanked after squats, but luckily, like, usually I cramp. I had no cramps. I kept my sodium quite high that day, and warm-ups are feeling really good. So went out with my opener of 200, and it was pretty comfy. Like, it didn't fill me with confidence, but it was easy. It was the first time I've ever opened on anything over 195. So I'd set up for a pretty big PR. Now, prior to this, I wanted anywhere from 215 to 220 bench. And a lot of that's mental though. That number, just 5 plates on the bench, like 5 blue plates, it's scary. So I went 210 second, and it just felt a little rough. Like, it came up easy, and you know, when I rewatched the video, it was pretty good. Just mentally I was quiet, and then one of the other lifters was like, hey, you know, play the total game, and he was right. So we took a nice conservative PB of 212.5 kilos. So, went out there, they misloaded the weights. One of the guys in the crowd, thank you, he saved me. He's the one yelling out, the plates are wrong, the plates are wrong. So it kind of messed with my height, but it ended up being really good, so my best lift of the day. So I walked out, 212, got really, really tight, and it was a joke. It just flew up. It was off the chest, powerful, no troubles with lockout, and I usually have about that, you know, 3/4 of the way up. Usually slows down a lot, and it was just a nice solid bench. 2.5 kilo comp PB. You know, now I think about it, I was probably definitely good for somewhere around 217, but I'm glad I got the conservative PR. You know, I'd rather get 212 and a nice PB than miss 217 or 220. So that filled me with confidence in my bench press training, knowing it's going good. I changed form, I moved my grip out wider, and all that felt really good on the day, so no complaints there. Deadlifts, oh, deadlifts, my worst lift. So I've always had grip trouble, and in the back it was pretty hot, like pretty humid, and the bars were, you know, weren't the best, so they were slipping a little bit, and I was like, oh no, like this is gonna be bad. I also drank like 5 Monsters that day, so my guts were just all over the place. I was so scared I was gonna have an accident on the platform. Walkout opener didn't feel very fast, so it was at 305 kilos, or 305 kilo opener. It came up easy, there was no stuttering or anything, nice and strong, but it just didn't feel good. Even that though, even though it didn't feel good, we jumped 15 kilos to 320, which is a 5 kilo comp PB. And oh my god, like, that weight was a fucking joke. So I gotta stop swearing. You can edit my swearing out, right?
No, that's staying in.
That, it was a joke. 320 kilos, just bang, flew up so easy, no grip troubles, held on to it, and I was like, oh man, I am good for at least, you know, 330, 335. Once again, I get overconfident if I have a good second attempt. So you walk off and I'm like, hey, like, let's go 330, and they put 330 in, all good and well, and then they're like, oh, you know, to get third place on total, we only need 325, like, you know, and that's pretty risk-free because 320 flew up, 5 kilos is nothing on the deadlift, and I was like, oh, I kind of want 330, but yeah, that's a really good idea, man. Like, you know, you're playing the game, you're coaching really well. It's the same thing I do for one of my lifters, you know? So, I don't know what it was, but I'm sitting out back, I'm like, yeah, third place, easy. This is an easy third. 325, I have no doubt I'm going to miss this. Like, no doubt at all. So I chalk up, and I'm like, oh, it feels a bit silky, but I'll be alright. Like, you know, 320 moved easy. So hype up, I smash the ammonia, and walk out there like, yeah, come on. I'm all hyped, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. 325, get in position, flies up, and then I drop it just before lockout. My hand just exploded out of my hand. I was so shattered. I walk out back, and big Tony Ridenmouth, Australia's heaviest squatter, is like, hey man, thanks heaps for handing me the third. All you needed to do was hold on to it. Like, so it was good. Like, he's a good mate, and it was pretty funny. But standard Anthony, dropping deadlifts on third attempts, even though second attempts are always really easy. What do you do? Yeah, so Nationals. What a clusterfuck. Felt really good on the day. So, you know, I woke up, did everything I usually do on comp day. Got into the warm-up room, had a chat, had a laugh with a bunch of the boys. And as soon as I started warming up, just felt a little bit off. And, you know, you always do when you warm up because you're super nervous. This is my last warm-up, like 285 kilos. It was pretty slow, and I turned around to my coach, and he's just like, oh, no, it was good, man. Like, you know, you try to reassure the lift. He's like, it was all right, you know, you're just nervous. So, things I could have done better leading up to Nationals. I think there was one big one that really stands out, and it was about, what, 6-7 weeks before Nationals. I took a 2-week holiday in Thailand. So I got back about 6 weeks before Nationals. But that's not the issue. I still trained over there and everything. the issue was the parasite me and my best mate / coach caught. So, well, in a matter of 5 days, I went from 141 kilos to 135 kilos. So, definitely next time I'm gonna forego the trip with the family to Thailand. You know, it was hot, so the training quality wasn't that good anyway. It's like 40 degrees and super humid. The equipment wasn't great, but you know, we made do. So with that, I was actually thinking before national, after I came back from Thailand and I had to go on really strong antibiotics that also affected the training and my weight and my strength. I was really considering dropping out. But prior to that, my training was going really good, so I got some really good quality training in early on. And it only took me about three weeks to bounce back. About 3 weeks out of nationals was when I started hitting my program reps and sets again. But there was a good 3-4 weeks there where everything was just garbage. I remember I came back from Thailand and walked into the gym, and I was programmed to do some easy triples and 275 kilo squats, and my spotters had to grab the weight like after the first rep. It was bad. I missed a 180 bench. You know, I was doing 5s on that, relatively easy. So that's the big one. The other one is actually forcing weight on. So after this year's nationals, I decided I'm going to go down a weight class. So going to compete in the 120 kilo class. It's where I naturally sit anyway. Like when I started training, I was like 110, but 112. But I comfortably hovered in the low 120s, and it took me about 2.5 years to go from 125, 126 to 142, and that was constantly eating, shoveling food down, and my body just doesn't want to be that heavy. So nationals is just under 6 weeks ago, and I'm 10 kilos down, feeling a lot better, actually sleeping through the night. I'm not choking on my own throat from sleep apnea, and haven't had a hit to strength yet. Work capacity's taken a bit of a hit, but that's probably more due to the lower amount of carbs I'm eating. But everything feels really good, and I'm looking forward to my first comp as a 120 in probably around March, April. I mean, the weight's coming off quick. I could probably compete sooner, but I just want to pace myself, get some training in the mid to low 120s. You know, so I'll probably be there by about February. I think it's a good step because I was really unhappy trying to stay as super. I was always hated eating so much. I couldn't sleep. Like I haven't, prior to dropping the weight, I hadn't slept through the night in about a year due to sleep apnea and snoring. So it's a good move. Look good, feel good, lift good.